Hi everyone, welcome back to Rover Restorations again. I was only actually here yesterday, and as you know, or you should know, I was painting all of the engine bay. So now with that out of the way, the next thing is to get on with the suspension. So we've got some new springs. They're just dusty, they'll just wipe over, they will. Today we need to be cleaning up all of the bits and pieces for the front suspension. So there's some bits there. There's some more bits here. I was going to replace all these bushes, but they're actually still in pretty good nick. I have got new ones in there, but they're so bloody expensive, I'm not going to change them yet. I think I will put these, just keep these in my spare pile and change them later if need be, but these rubbers are in pretty good nick, so, and they look like a real pig to change as well, so I'm not going to change them at this stage, but maybe in the future, or maybe on the other one, but we'll see anyway. So I need to remove the shocker off of here. I've just took this off of the bracket for the anti-roll bar off of there. We'll see, it was only on there loose anyway, but one of the heads of the bolts is like, I don't know if you can see, but it's obviously been rubbing on something, so we'll have to have a look at that when that goes back together. But yeah, so we're going to clean these bits up, clean that up, the other one's under there. You get the bottom arms off of them suspension legs because they're still attached to that, because I took them off in one bit. Break all them down and then clean all them bits and pieces up as well. Right, so on this bottom arm, before I clean it up, my idea is when I go to put it back on, is rather than using the spring compressors, is to use some long stud to draw it in. That's the plan anyway, because when I took it to bits, all I did was just basically unbolt everything and let it all sort of gradually loosen off. But what I need to do is remove these studs, which I must admit I have already made sure they come undone. And then I've got some more stud, a big length of studded bar, which I'll put in there, and then once it's pulled in enough, then I can put the nuts on the bottom to hold it all in, and then put these studs back in. Fingers crossed. It should be alright, because I mean, like my series 1, the bolts are just, well, they're bolts, they haven't got studs on them. So right, yeah, so that's one of the, I'll take one of them out anyway. Let's take the other. I'm just going to do the top two. Hopefully it'll be enough to pull it in when I get that far. But I'll go into that more once I've cleaned it all up and I'll start putting it back together. But that's probably not going to be today. I've just stripped the other one down the same, removing these studs for the reasons I mentioned, and took the shocker off. What I had forgotten about this one though is that the anti-roll bar, one of the bolts has snapped off. So I need to try and get that out, obviously. So what I'm going to do is a bit of heat. I don't know whether I can do this so you can see or not, but what I'm going to do is try and clamp the bolt in there and see if it will come out like that. If not, we'll put a bit of heat on it. appears to be loose-ish. Yeah, well that was a lot easier than I thought, because that's moving now. Go and get a pair of mole grips or something. Or something being the case, trying to find something. Trying to find something ain't that simple. These ain't really going to be probably very good, but they just turn it out anyway. That was a surprise, and honestly I hadn't already made sure that was free, so that's the right result. So there we go, it's that stud out. I know it's not very good because it's light outside, but yeah, result. Alright, give them a clean out and a paint up now. I've stripped a fair few bits off now. The front suspension, so I've got a good pile of bits. Actually, these are my springs from earlier, but got the bottom arms, one of the legs, I suppose you call it a leg. I'll clean these up, so I need to paint these in a minute. But the other leg, which is this one, that bracket on this one, you can see that's on there nicely. The one on here is broken off. Someone's done some shoddy welding on it, so not me, honest. No, it's not me. But I mean, I have got the bracket like that come off of it, so I could clean that up, weld that on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the other garage, just down there, cut the doors away, and dig out the other leg out of there, because I don't see the point messing around with it. But I will keep that one obviously as a spare. But yeah, so I'm going to go down there, find that, and then strip all of the brakes and crap off of that. Right, I found the other leg, for want of a better word. So I'll strip that down, and that's now there, ready to be cleaned up. I have found that all the top and bottom ball joints are actually pretty good on both of them, so I shan't be changing them either. Not for the sake of it, especially when I know the bottom one's an absolute pig to do. But I thought before I carry on and cleaning up and that, I'll just show you the difference between the two bottom arms from a V8 to like a 2000 or a 2200. I mean, if you look, the actual arm appears to be the same length, but the tie bar, as you can see, this is a V8 one, this is a like 2000 or a 2200, and as you can see there's quite a substantial difference, so bear that in mind if you're buying parts or whatever. But yeah, all the bushes as well I mean, this one looks fairly new, and that one, and that one, but not that one. So I'm going to replace this one, but not the others. So yeah, that's what I need to get done. Right, so I think I'm done again for the day. Once again, I haven't filmed much of what I'm doing, but basically just been wire brushing stuff off and painting it, so it's not exactly the most exciting stuff. But as you can see, we've got all of the top arms, I suppose you'd call them. Both of them two all painted up. I've only painted them with hammerite, nothing too good. One of the bottom arms, I did replace a bush in one of them. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it was that one. I think it was this one. And then there's the other one. We've got the spring cups there. It's drying out. I'll give them another coat before I go, I think. Giving the springs a bit of a wipe off. Rubbers are sat on them. That's the only thing I've got left to do now is the back plates need cleaning up. It's not the only thing I've got left to do, is it? But and then both of them legs, one I salvaged out the other garage, and the one that was on it. Like I said, both have got good top and bottom ball joints, so I was going to film changing them, but I'm not changing them, so I won't be filming it, I'm afraid. But yeah, so hopefully next week we can get some of that front suspension back in, and then we can go from there. Hopefully get it rolling again soon. Yeah, right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. See ya.